Yes, I'm shooting this video to show that I'm switching oils. I'm switching to Pennzoil Ultra Platinum Full Synthetic. It's a 530. The reason I'm going from 020 to 530 is because of this big turbo setup here. Of course, with bigger turbos, more heat, I'm going to be boosting a lot more. So I'm going to have a lot more heat, a lot more pretty much breakdown of the oil. So I went to a heavier weight of oil. And another reason why I went to Pennzoil Ultra Platinum is because of something called a NOAC rating. The NOAC rating is pretty much the oil vitality rating, and pretty much explained via the Pennzoil website. It said that pretty much due to the high temperatures of the engine, the oil evaporates. Evaporation, just like rains, water standing in the hot sun, it evaporates, and the droplets, there are droplets coming from that, and those droplets is coming from the crankcase of the engine, and it's basically one entry point is right here, the PCV system, of positive crankcase ventilation, and this area here we have the catch can here, and that's the reason why it's here, to catch the excessive oil droplets. But if it wasn't here, this is a vacuum point. This line here is a direct vacuum point from the intake manifold, and it runs directly to the valve cover. It would suck those oil droplets into the engine, and at this point here, and on the FK8 engine, the K20C C1, it basically has two entry points, one here and on the front of the engine. And normally on the normal stock intake setup, it would have an area here in the rubber grommet with that hard line that goes into it, and it goes to here. But on the this Rampage aftermarket setup, Rampage relocated the suction tube here, but that suction tube is actually leading to another catch can as well to prevent the oil droplets in the front. But anyway, those oil droplets, they would go into the intake stream via the turbo here, and pretty much that vacuum line directly in the back. And what that would do, it would accumulate in the back of the engine, and the turbo would suck it, and it would coat your fins in your turbo. You see a nasty black sludge on your turbo fins, your compressor fins, and that would actually push it through your intercooler, coating your intercooler, coating the intake pipe, and also coating your intake. And once it makes it into the intake of the engine, those oil droplets hit the valves going into the engine. And a direct injection engine, it doesn't have fuel blowing over the valves to keep them clean. So fuel injection cleaner will not work on a DI engine. So don't follow that myth. It's basically, it will accumulate on the valves. Over a period of time, it would, as accumulation, as a snowball rolling downhill, it gets bigger. And over a period of time, it would accumulate, and this would cause it to start restricting the airflow going into the head. And, it could either be, this has 4 ports, so it could be all 4, or it could be 1 or 2, and you would probably cause it like a misfire in the cylinder because of lack of air flow coming in there. Well, these catch cans, in the front and the back one here, it would, it's not going to prevent it, but it would prolong it, from happening sooner. So it may happen later. I mean, it may not be as much accumulation, but the accumulation still will be there. It may, I'm not too familiar with any of these guys with high mileage engine that did they inspect, but I'm sure if they were to take the intake manifold off, they would probably find that they have some accumulation on the valves. I had some when I tore my engine apart at 8,000 miles. It had accumulation already at 8,000 miles. So, I mean, it was oily. So that was, but it could wipe off with my hands or a shop rag. So, but it was starting. So this Pennzoil here is cheap. It's $24, Walmart.com. It's not usually carried on the shelf, so you have to go on the website and order it. It's 24 bucks. I ordered I basically got a higher end filter. The filter was probably $10, so the whole oil change was 35 bucks. But I mean, look at the level of protection you get for the price versus going with the, I mean, there's nothing wrong with Pennzoil. Pennzoil's awesome, but you can get the same protection for cheaper price. And cheaper price, you know, that leaves more money for other things, you know, other accessories or, you know, performance car parts. So I'm trying to save you guys, you know, a few dollars. So you don't have to follow the crowd. It's okay to follow the crowd, but go with science. And the NOAC rating is science. And, you know, thanks to Pennzoil, they were transparent enough. They actually provided the actual, you know, the literature of what their oil compares to the competitors. They basically they have charts, and the ultra platinum rated, you know, at least it rated like #2 in some areas and top 5 in the others. And Mobile One actually was way down the line, and I know a lot of folks use Mobile One. The Quaker States, if you like Quaker State, it's good on you. But it actually was one area it rated high, and I didn't see. But one of the ones for DI engines or direct injections, you need to look at the NOAC, the oil fertility rating. And another thing, you want to just don't focus on the fertility, you want to focus at the 4-ball wear pretty much test. And basically they take ball bearings and they apply friction on a piece of steel, and they have the oil on it, and basically see how much it wears even with the oil applied to it. And when they do that, they basically come up with a little chart that shows the wear. Pennzoil actually, it rated, you know, in the fertility, oil fertility, the evaporation rate, it rated like, you know, right behind Redline. And Pennzoil was #3 to that. But as in wear, it was like in the top 5. So it still was good. I mean, it's good for the money. It's got, you know, it does all the protections, but for a cheaper price. And you know me, I rather have cheaper price and leave money for other things. So that's this is the info that I found. So I'm just passing it on to you guys. And hey, have a great day.